Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Middleware Technologies. Today we are going to look at how to use AnchorLayout in Kiwi. In our last video, we have seen how we can use float layout wherein we were able to place our widgets anywhere without any restrictions. Okay, but if you want to place our widgets in a particular fashion border, like in the corners, we will need to use AnchorLayout. So we'll see how we can achieve that one in this video. Okay, so let me go into my console. Okay, so this is my dummy application which will launch plain window. Here I have just imported the float layout which I am going to use as my parent container. Okay. So I have extended the float layout with my custom my float layout class. So this is going to provide us with an empty window. Okay. Before I start with implementing, let me show you the sample how it looks. Okay, so this is how this is what we are going to implement in today's video using the AnchorLayout. Okay, so we are going to divide our space into 3 sections. Like the first left section will contain our toggle buttons, and the middle section is the canvas wherein we can draw something, and the right section is of toggle buttons related to shapes. Okay, so we'll try to achieve this UI interface using the float layout and AnchorLayout. Okay, let me create my KV file. Okay, here let us define our rule, my float layout. Okay, so this is our parent widget wherein we will try to place our AnchorLayout widgets. Okay, so let me define my AnchorLayouts here. So AnchorLayout takes 2 parameters, that is anchor_x coordinate and anchor_y. So we can place our widgets either in the top left, center, top, or top right, and similarly in the bottom left, bottom center, or bottom right we can place them. So they are aligned at the border of our root widget. Okay. So this is our first AnchorLayout wherein we will try to place our button. Similarly, let us define the other AnchorLayout widgets. for now we'll place a button in the drawing space also. We'll try to modify it later on. So in our third section also we'll try to place a button for now. Name it as shapes. Okay, so let's see like how the UI will represent with this KB file. Okay, so as you can see, it is actually showing us the last anchor layout button, that is shapes, and it is overlapping all the other buttons, like anchor layout buttons which we have created initially. So how we can avoid this one, like how we can make sure like all the three anchor layout buttons will show up on our window. So for this purpose, like we will need to use we can use a relative layout. So relative layout is the one that is similar to the float layout, but it will be helpful to align the child widgets in the relative layout within the size of that relative layout widget. Okay, so we'll try to use relative layout and place in our buttons in that layout. Okay. So instead of placing the button directly into the anchor layout, let's place it within a relative layout. Let's define the size for our relative layout as define it as 0.15 and 1. So it will stretch 0.15 in the X direction and complete, and in the Y direction like it will occupy that complete root window space. Okay, and let's place our button right now which is there in the anchor layout and move it into the relative layout. Okay, similarly let's do the same thing for the other anchor layout which is positioned at center top. So this one I will give a proportionate size of 0.6, 0.7 and 1 in by direction, and let's move our button into the relative layout. And for the third anchor layout widget, we'll try to give the relative layout. Let's give the size for this one as 0.15 and move our button to relative layout. Okay, so what I have done is like we have divided our root widget into three space, wherein the first space is of relative layout with 0.15 size in the X direction, the second one is 0.7, and the third one is 0.15. So total it will occupy the complete root widget with these three buttons. Okay, so let's see how it looks now. Okay, so you can see, like, now we are able to divide our space into three anchor layout spaces wherein we have aligned our buttons. This is the right button and drawing space and shape. Now what we will try to do is, instead of a button, we will try to place a box layout in this first space, left top, and we'll try to put in some toggle buttons here. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So let me open my KV file again. So instead of button, let's try to place box layout. With an orientation of vertical. Okay. And in this we will try to place our toggle buttons. So toggle button is also one kind of widget similar to the button. But with a button we can just press and release it, but with toggle button, when you press it, it is actually gets selected. Okay, so we'll see how it looks on the UI. So let me place my toggle button once, and let me name it as text as red. Similarly, we'll try to place some more buttons here. Green, third toggle button of blue color. Okay, so what we have done is we have removed the button initially which we placed in the relative layout, and instead of that we have placed a box layout in which we will try to align our toggle buttons. So let's see how it looks by running this. Okay, great. So we are able to see how we can like, instead of a button, individual button, we have placed the toggle buttons. So this one you can see, like, when I'm selecting, they are actually getting selected. Okay, so it is not like a button like we can click and release, but toggle button, once we click on it, it gets selected. So this is the difference between a toggle button and a normal button. Okay, so we can like, these buttons we can group into a particular category, so that when we click on in that group, when we click on any one particular button, so only that one button gets selected instead of all the three buttons are getting selected. Okay, so let me group them. So for this toggle buttons to be grouped, we need to provide the group property. Let's place give the name for this group as color. So we'll group all our toggle button with different colors into this group. Okay, and so this is actually a toggle button with red color. So let's try to give it a color, background color also with the same thing like the red. So I'll first remove the default background with the background underscore normal, by making it empty. And let's give the background color now. As red. Okay, so RGBA we have defined as 1001. Okay, so similarly let us give the green color for our other button. So yeah, for the third button also let's give it as a blue color. Let me see how many buttons we have here. Okay, so let me put one more button also with yellow color. So for yellow we need to give R and G as 1, so it will create a yellow color button for us. Okay, so now we have defined our 4 toggle buttons with well, assigning them a group and the background color. Okay, so let's see how the UI looks now. So as you can see, we have our 4 toggle buttons, so we can select them individually rather than selecting all at once. Okay, so this is how it looks. Let's give some padding and spacing between these buttons. Okay, so let me do that so that it looks a bit clear. This is padding. I am giving 10 as on the every side, like top, left, right and bottom, and spacing between the button we will also give it as 10. So now it will show like individual buttons, like toggle buttons. You can see the spacing we have provided between individual button is 10 and the padding is also 10. Okay, now we can see how we can select them individually. Okay, so now we have achieved our the first anchor space with the toggle buttons. So let's now place some shapes here in our third space, that is left top, right top anchor. Okay. So what we'll do, I'll try to copy the same thing, the complete relative layout, and we'll try to place in our right top anchor layout instead of a shapes button. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll change the text of our toggle buttons. First one will name it as line. Second one will name it as circle. Third one will name it as curve. And fourth one will name it as pencil for namesake. Okay, and let us give our change our background colors for these shapes. We'll try to give some gray color for these buttons. So these are the RGB values for the gray color. Okay, so let's see our anchor layout, how it looks, the right top one. Okay, cool. So you can see like we have placed the toggle buttons on the right top anchor layout, and we have given them some names, like these are shapes which we can further like bind to functions and try to draw in the space. Okay, so this is how we can select this individual toggle buttons. So these are also grouped, so either you can select a line or red. So these all four like colors and the shapes are all in the same group, so we can select any one of them. Okay, so now we are done with our the color section, like layout, anchor layout on the right top, like left top, and the shapes on the right top. Okay, the remaining part is the middle section, that is our drawing space. So instead of label, let us put some relative layout with a canvas, rectangular canvas, where we can draw something. Okay, so here in our center top relative layout, let's place some let's place for now a label, and let us define the canvas object, which is rectangle. So this canvas rectangle like label will occupy the complete relative space of center top. Okay, so let's see how it looks now. Okay, so here we go. So we have like used the float layout, anchor layout, and relative layout to design this UI, wherein we have placed on the left side some colors which we can select, and on the right side some shapes which we can select. And this is this we can say is it as our drawing space, wherein we can actually try to like draw something like lines or shapes on this drawing space and try to apply these colors. So right now this is only a UI, like we haven't actually bind like these buttons or shapes with any functions, so that we can actually draw something. So this is just a UI which we are trying to design to see how we can use the anchor layout and the relative layout, which helps us in like aligning the widgets relative to the space, anchor layout space. Okay, so this is it for today's video. I hope you have learned something in this. In our next video we'll try to see some other examples on different layouts. Okay, so thank you all, thanks for watching and have a great day.